So I think the plan... Okay, this is very interesting. I think they will buff it with like Monstrous Rage for trample. Yeah, I think we're okay with it. They still need to use the spell just to kill Teferi. Absolutely impressive, but that means we sweep the board fully, and they didn't really get the full value from this. Still, drawing... He actually drew 4 cards on top of us already. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today absolute monster of a control build. With this Jeskai we have basically all the best tools. Not only Normalize and Helix, which means that your turn 2 is absolutely devastating against basically everything, but also we have so many sweepers that you will kinda not die to aggro. And wait, there's more. With the new Planeswalker Ral, Crackling Wit, this is extremely easy to just cycle the cards you don't want for the matchup. If you hit control, you just cycle lockdowns or some removal, and suddenly you have new hand basically. Draw 3 is a powerful effect, and it's only 4 mana. With the Otters, Helix, and Teferi with Chandra, you actually can deal astounding amount of damage for a control deck, and yeah, you just don't die and your opponent does. So I think you will like this build. It has kinda everything you like about control, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Jeskai became one of the main archetypes for the future standard, but you know, we will see. The tools are incredibly powerful though. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So let's go into the games, but first, the absolute legend for today, Colvin Fitzgerald. Thank you, man, for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, and you know, you help channel to be the best version it can be. So it is extremely appreciated, and I couldn't thank you enough. So I hope you will enjoy this deck. I have kinda soft spot for Jeskai, so I hope you'll enjoy this one. This one is for you, and you know, if you want to support the channel, guys, Patreon is the way to do it. It really does make a difference. So yeah, let's go into the games and, you know, burn and counterspell. The perfect combination. So have fun, guys. We're going first. I kinda like this draw. Whenever you see... let's go like this. Whenever you see Helix, Normalize, and Mana to support it, you know you have an insanely good start. And this is one of the power of, you know, Jeskai, just having access to both of those amazing cards. This is super strong, but so is Helix. Alright. This is interesting because we will have time to make decisions. We don't have too much value. I actually will take this damage. Because when they play next Lizard, it will die. It will probably give mana, right? I think this is the one that gives mana. Exactly. I can counter it though. Yeah, I think this is a good trade because it disables their tempo advantage. And man, this is pretty decent. So, they will attack us first, right? That means we Helix the Claw, and we start Helixing every next one. I think the next will be the discard one, the 3 mana 2/2 with Menace that discards a card. And they will go to combat phase, right? Sure. That's fine, because we already countered the spell. So this is one of the great ways to activate all the Lizard synergies. And let's see it. Cool, but that means they can play Lizards. So they protected, that's fine, but they didn't get too much value still. Alright, that we really would love to play Lockdown here. That's a weird one. Our mana base is, well, actually we can play the Lockdown. Alright, this should be amazing. For some reason I thought we don't have double white, but yeah, I guess we do. And with this we probably won't. I think we can remove every next Lizard 1-for-1 with those cards. Alright. Yep, so it trumps the damage. So if we know that our opponent plays stuff like this, this is 2 mana right now. I mean, I'm killing it. Just making sure it, you know, hits the graveyard like it should. And let's see the next card. Honestly, this should be a really good card. Basically a removal that gives us extra card that we really need right now. Alright, that's fine. This is Activator. Offspring will be a bit of a problem, but I think we can get there. This is an interesting play. I can actually go like this. We kill one of them, it doesn't matter which one. And we also have the Helix or Clue mana. I like this play. I think they have the card, right? Yep, this could be for 1. So we need to remember, and let's check the priority now. There's nothing. Oh, never mind, there's something. Or they made a stop. I think this is the Scales of Shale. But I might be wrong, but I think that's the card. So they can activate lizards, probably. If we killed it main phase, we could prevent it. I'm kinda scared for the discard lizard. That's the only one that is a problem. Alright, I hope they don't have it. I'm not sure if that's a good decision. It might lose us the game, but I will try. Show me, which lizard will kill me? Alright, this one is better. I honestly don't super crazy mind this one. Discard a card, draw a card. Sure. So we could kill it to prevent one card cycling, but I don't think it's worth it. Alright, this is a very good target for Helix. They can protect it, but there's nothing... Oh! Okay, so they don't have this. All of them are lizards, right? They would cast it, so they didn't have it. Good to know, good to know. I can 3 steps ahead. I won't be able to counter spells, probably. Too many creatures. So I can go with this and try to hit a land so I can draw with a clue. I think this is the best play. I could also draw cards, but I won't be able to pay 5... No, it's too much mana. We can only go for this. Yeah, let's try. If we can hit a sweeper into land, something like this, we should be able to win. And lizards are actually kinda cool, like I like them. And I like playing against them. Make Your Move is probably not our favorite card here. We didn't hit a land, but we hit a sweeper, so I'm, you know, moderately happy with this. Flame Collar. That will be a lot of damage, but not enough to really kill us. And we can sweep everything. Let's go. Let's go. I should maybe surveil first to check the cards. And we need to get rid of this one, right? Because we need a lot of damage. And I think we need Azorius mana more. We can cast 1 Lightning Helix a turn. Well, actually 2 of them. Alright, good. And we want 5 mana. This is definitely not the draw. Our opponent is at 1 card, or 2 cards with this one. I cannot counter his lizard, so that's why I, you know, don't care too much about 3 steps ahead. Extremely nice draw. Extremely nice one. I mean, it cycles cards, but it doesn't do much. I think we just chill on this turn. If they want to double spell, one of the lizards can be countered. If they want to cast something non-creature, I would love to kill it right now. I would love to kill it, but we cannot, right? If I 3 steps ahead... We can do this at the end step and draw in total 3 cards, which should hit with Chandra. Alright, if an opponent exiled 2 cards, sure. That means he will probably double spell this turn, which means we can counter one of the spells, hopefully. This is a lot of... I think we should do it. I'll be honest, compared to Mono Red, it's actually fun to play against this deck. It's interesting. Everything has a lot of abilities. Gecko, so they will go with the Gecko right now. Not Gordon, but still. Let's go for this one and this one. That's our best value, right? It can be countered. We could also normalize, but then we don't get the cool value that we want. We don't need this one for sure. Chandra is enough to sweep this board already, and I think we won with her, but we need a land from the top. So that's why it was also important to, you know, try to cycle those cards. Because right now we are at 5 mana. Oh, what's up with the stop, my friend? Oh, alright, a tap land. Not exactly what I wanted, but you know what? We can do it. We will lose the turn, you know. That's a bit rough. If I play Jace for... No, there's no way. I need to hit some sweeper. And this is... Okay, this is okay mana. Because we can hit Brotherhood Sand or Lockdown. Double white, double red. If not, we just cast Jace. And, you know, so that was the plan anyway. Alright, not amazing, but we'll go with it. And we have to complete, right? Yep. I think that we want to keep the Jace alive. And I guess this one, it doesn't matter really. Alright, I mean, Jace survives, then we play Chandra and hope that those two planeswalkers can carry the game. And we'll also have normalize potentially. What do you do? Oh boy, that's so scary. Oh, I don't love it at all. Oh boy, this is brutal. And this is brutal as well. I think we just won the game, right? With this, man, lockdown is pretty good, huh? They also didn't hit Jace, so they gambled that we cannot remove those creatures. With this, the game is over. Yeah. Oh, let's cancel and, you know, hit good game. Honestly, I really enjoyed this one. This was really fun. Alright, I'll be honest, this is a weird one, because we don't have correct mana to literally cast anything here. We also don't have too many lands. I think this has to be a mulligan. This hand is better, this honestly is better, but the, you know, one less card really hurts. I think we need to go like this. So, while this is a decent hand, we don't have much value. Our opponent is on the play, so he also took the mulligan, right? 6 cards on the play. So that's something. And let's go with this. Not amazing. We are super behind because we are on the draw, so we need to recover. However, our opponent can do everything on this turn, but it's just 1 damage. No buff spells, which is kinda weird. Still, Diamond Mono Red player still didn't figure out how haste works, but it's fine. It's not a very important ability for the deck, so, you know, it's just fine. So fine. So we can deal 1 damage and get the clue. It's a nice start, but I think we will go with Helix. The question is, do we go with... So, for example, if you kill now, we get always good value. I think we have to go like this. We don't get 2 for 1, but with Helix you kinda need to be careful, because they can overbuff spell, you know, creatures. Especially this one. I guess it goes to 3 if they Monstrous Rage. What are you? Haste, right? But they figured out the haste, so there's something. I think we go with this, right? We could 3 steps ahead their next spell. This is a bit of a weird one. I honestly think maybe we go for Hero. They can buff... Yeah, let's go for it. They are fully tapped right now. For colorless they cannot do anything, but so are we. And we will get the clue, but with 1 mana we cannot use it anyway. So 1 damage, but not double striked at least. So our opponent can buff a lot of stuff, but his 1 creature that he has doesn't amplify it in any way. So they can buff, but they will be short on damage then. And we need to get into Teferi. Very nice draw, honestly. Do we Mirrex here? There's no way we are Mirrexing, right? I mean, let's try. Like, worst case, we'll just draw with the clue and go into Teferi. Our opponent has too little pressure, they need to play more. Yep, we counter this. We just want to trade 1 for 1. That's the important part. And I'm not sure when we will play Teferi, because next turn is 5 mana. Our opponent cannot really amplify the board on this turn, not for 1 mana. Like, they can play something, but it won't be super relevant. And it has to be Mirrex, because we have double 5-drop basically. I could play Teferi, but it will probably die, so I don't think this is the best play. On 3 or 4 mana, I mean, they can play a lot, but not as much as they want. Sure. And see, with this they cannot pressure us, it's not enough damage. And that means we can hold the counter spells. Is that good enough? That's extremely strong card. I mean, you know, 1-drop. Red 1-drop. So I need to use 5 mana to counter it. They might have a follow-up, but honestly, I think it's worth it. I really think it's worth it. Also, we get the cards, right? So that's a good value. We can even cycle the force if we don't hit any lands. We didn't. I like those cards a lot. With Teferi, we can go a bit hard. Man, that was exactly what I hoped for. So, we should win, if we play it right. Otter is probably not amazing. I think we go with Teferi, and we create a creature. So, there is a priority, but it could just be Founder. We cannot really know. So we will see, we'll see. Anyway, we will get 2 cards for 1, because Teferi creates instantly a token.
No, I've always got time to fight Eve.
I mean, they cannot even kill Teferi without the buff spell, so I'll take it. And we want to make sure that our next draw is good. We have clue, we have, you know, a lot of value here, so we can just, you know, go a little bit all in. Extremely amazing draw. This is one of the best draws. Not only it fully stabilizes you, but it kinda kills nearly everything. You just need to be careful of prowess and, you know, pumping multiple spells in one turn. So, this feels like Monstrous Rage. So I think the plan... Okay, this is very interesting. I think they will buff it with, like, Monstrous Rage for Trample. And... yeah, I think we're okay with it. They still need to use the spell just to kill Teferi. And that means there's no difference, right? Alright, this doesn't have prowess. Alright, see? They had it, and if we blocked, we would lose everything for free. Now they needed an extra card for this. We can kill this. I think we go with Ral here. Because that starts to, you know, change some extra value. Do I want to cycle cards? I like my cards. I really do. I honestly think we go like this. And we kill it, because this will be very, very hard for our opponent to do anything about it. And as you can see, they just cannot endure some extra value. The Teferi was basically a fodder, so this one can win the game. That's it. We are going first. Our mana is absolutely abysmal, and we cannot hit the lockdown even. Let's take it. With Power, I think we will surveil, but if I didn't have Surveillant, I actually would consider a mulligan. I probably would take it. But with this, I think we should be... oh boy, I guess we get another chance, but it's just not worth it. We have 1 blue mana, but it cannot be cast or no more lies. Our opponent is playing Control, which is very interesting. Okay, this is better. I think we need to lean into Mirrex plan. We don't need this one, right? We have 1 blue, and that has to do. We are already extremely heavy on lands, like 50% of the draw is lands, so let's not go for it. No token. I guess we can go like this. Yeah, no more ice is extremely important here. And we'll see if Make Your Move will hit anything. Definitely in... what? I made a mistake. I didn't pay attention what he's playing. I'll be honest, I paid absolutely 0 attention and I got insanely punished for it. A quick study. They won the card advantage. Do we care? I mean, I kinda do, but not super much. I think we need to sneak Teferi. It won't be easy. It won't be easy, but if we can... and we don't have double blue right, yet. But we will after Demolition Field. I wonder how he will play. Honestly, I missed already a little bit. I didn't get punished. They really won the card though. I think they get their mana screwed. Listen, when I see my friend Mono screwed, what's wrong with me? Mana screwed. I will just say, I'll help you, my friend. You can finish the game and start the new one. I wouldn't do this if I didn't think he doesn't have a land. But this feels like desperation, and I know how you play when you don't get the land. You just cast everything main phase so you can not fall behind. That also means we will be able potentially to play Teferi. We didn't hit the land. That's super unfortunate. This was the turn to Teferi and win the game. But we are not good enough. And that's a little bit sad. Not as sad as our opponent's mana base. Let's see, if that is land, he is in the game. If that's not a land, I think he's out. Alright, so he is going for Demolition Field, which will enable Teferi. Are we at the end step? Yes. So no. Feeling for my opponent, but I will still use it to my advantage. And, you know, try to win the game here. To be absolutely honest, they have probably a favorable matchup against us. So I need to push the advantage while I can. This is Island. That enables Teferi, and that enables some good plays for us. We still get the Mirrex token, and we still get the Fountain Port. So I'm hopeful. They have 8, right? Yep. So this stop is the discard phase. Alright. A pretty cool lamp, by the way. So, we go Teferi here. I mean, let's attack first, cause reasons. No priority as expected. I think I will draw a card. I think this is super important. They might actually concede. If they don't have Get Lost, they will concede. If they have it, they will probably keep playing. Absolutely not. We are getting pretty seriously. Man, I'm getting flooded, my opponent gets mana screwed. I need to get the Teferi. No, no, my Teferi. Oh, I wanted to keep it. That's so sad. Alright. I think we go with some map tokens then. I mean, let's start. And we'll keep making Fountain Port stuff. Yep, I'll take it. They cannot shuffle our hand, right? I will probably keep it. I don't think... Well, damage has to matter, but it won't. Yep, should be something like this. Oh, I'm so sad we don't have Mirrex. The Demolition Field and Get Lost really perfectly hit the spot for them. So while they are behind, they're not behind enough, and good answers actually are putting them ahead right now. So I think they will win the game, because they just answered perfectly two of my biggest threats. Alright. Let's keep making stuff. I could draw a card with this. It's actually not bad. You know? I will do it. Because this is a guaranteed card. And if that's not a land, map token wouldn't draw it, so I will get carded. Okay, never mind. That didn't make a single difference. It's fine. It's fine. Still, we have a counter spell, we have some pressure, and I will start making fish probably. Just to, you know, add to the pressure a little bit. And we'll pay life. In this case, Mirrex would be absolutely amazing, but you know, it is what it is. Absolutely abysmal draw. Well, I think our opponent is really getting ahead right now. If they block, we can torch the witness. Up to 4, sure. And I mean, we hold the counterspell, they know about it, they will try to bait it. And we won't accept it. A very good card. A very good one. But we say go because they need some interaction. I think they will cast Lockdown and it will be really good for them. Because it's very light on mana, while basically removing everything very, very cheaply. So I expect a Lockdown. Yep. However, we are good at magic. And we know how to do stuff. Life doesn't matter in this matchup too much, so we can just go for the... Well, I guess this is okay. So we kill this, and that negates full lockdown power. And we can keep pressuring, and this is something he didn't want. And I think... Right, they don't have white mana, so normalize is not an option. Yeah, I think it's okay. Like, we're pushing for our game plan. Our opponent is fully packed with value, so, you know, it will be scary. Bandit's Hole is a nice one. We can maybe get some extra value that we definitely need. Alright. And I don't think it's good enough that they will counter it. I probably don't want the mountain. I want a lot of blue mana. Let's go like this. There will probably be another sweeper, and I don't think we can answer this one. But that's okay. So they can counter it with 3 steps ahead. And this is very interesting. Do I care so much? I actually don't care so much. This is a very strong card for them, and they used it on our mana stone, basically. They're still in a good situation. They are getting all the mana they need right now. Here's Demolition Field. That would be really nice for them. Also forces us to use something. I think I don't want to. They play the land, so if they lock down, I still can counter it after using the Fountain Port. And they cannot use it at instant speed, right? So I think we have a moment to do it. Alright. I have double... No way, the tap! Oh no. Oh, I didn't manual tap. Alright, our play just got absolutely destroyed, and I think with this tap we will lose the game. The whole point was to get double blue mana and cast 3 steps ahead, but now we cannot. I didn't think the tapper would actually play so bad, like those are sorcerer speed. There's only one instant. Now they will sweep the board and win the game. And we wanted to counter it, that was the whole plan. Unless our opponent will not do it. Okay, that's good. Okay, there is a chance. And with Lightning Helix we actually deal more damage than our opponent expects. Man, he is at lethal range. Moment he casts something, he's dead. I cannot believe we will actually win this. When he taps all mana, I'm just casting Helix and I win. I want him to tap it. He will use the clue, right? Man, I really cannot believe we won this. I think there must be some misplays. Like, our opponent was in an extremely good spot in many ways. But I mean, alright. Definitely unlucky early game for our opponent, so no. That's not an equal game, but I'll take my win. Alright, going first. Yep, that should be a good hand, I think. We cannot cast Lockdown, but we can cast Ill-Timed Explosion, and that should be enough, I hope. Let's start with this one. In case we draw triple fast lands, somehow. And Torch the Witness will probably be used, right? Are you Boros? Still here, huh? Still here. So. We want to really prepare for the lockdown, so I will cast this. I could kill the Inspector, but I really don't think it's worth it. We want the clue. This is one of the big things about the card. We want to draw white mana, so we can lock down. If we don't, we have to play Demolition Field and do it one turn later. And that might be too late. Our opponent has the perfect draw. I could kill Knight of Chaos, but then I just don't have the play. I guess we have to go for Ill-Timed Explosion, but we'll probably die on this turn. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So we can lock down on the next turn that doesn't kill Knight of Chaos. So we have to Ill-Timed Explosion, but then that means they will cast Recruiter on the next turn, and it's what? 8 plus 5, 13, 16 damage. So that means we will die in the future. I mean, I don't love it, but we are kinda forced to make those abysmal plays just to survive and counter his absolute master in magic. So this is less damage. I really would love if he set, if he spent full turn on setup so he can cast Recruiter on the next turn, but you'll probably just go with it. Oh man, if he sets up for one extra turn... Knight of Chaos or what? Yep, Knight of Chaos, and again. Oh man, impressive. Absolutely impressive, but that means we sweep the board fully, and they didn't really get the full value from this. Still, he actually drew 4 cards on top of us already, just by casting his aggro spells. So Knight of Chaos, as always, absolutely cool card. At least, for aggro decks. So, do we go with Teferi? Yes, I think we do. What is the second card? I need a land for sure. Lockdown will be extremely slow, but maybe? I will go like this. So, we kinda survived, but it feels like I'm super dead anyway. Even though I traded like 5 for 1, our opponent still has card advantage, cause why not? Why not? This is crazy because the whole point of aggro against control is that after you sweep, you get such a good deal that your opponent has no value. But with those cards, he has both tempo and the value. And yeah, and this is the best case scenario because if you don't sweep, you instantly lose. So that's a cool one. That's a cool one. Definitely an interesting stuff. I guess Lockdown Helix, but we don't have enough mana. We cannot Demolition Field because then we lose Helix. And I don't think it's worth it. Alright, 3 damage, we take it. We don't really have a choice. I think we have to go for Lockdown, alright? I think we do. If I go Demolition Field, it still kinda works. On the next turn I might be forced to go lockdown as well. So let's go with this. We'll go with Cavern. I should probably care about the types, but yeah. Honestly, maybe I should go for one of those. But it shouldn't matter at all. Alright. Let's take something. I think this should be a white land, right? Yeah, I think so. We could also go for red. But we still get the pain. White is way better. And let's start hitting stuff. Alright, our opponent has a one creature with 2/2. But he has 3 cards. Man, normally they would be at -1 card and they cannot follow up with pressure. But with this kind of power, they just keep pushing for 3 extra turns, which is enough to kill you usually. And I cannot believe that we are in the game after they opened with Gleeful Demolition Knight of Eos into Knight of Eos. So, what can we do here? If I play Teferi, I can block only one of them, and that's not great. I think we have to go Helix, then we go Chandra and kill the board. Very awkward situation. I wish I had something that, you know, hits at least one of those creatures, so we can, you know, clear the board with Helix. Very harsh. Our opponent attacking instantly, of course. We need to remove it. No instant, so that's good to know always. Let's see the second card. It's also not Knight of Eos, right? Because now they cannot convoke. Most likely. So this is 2 sorcery speed cards. Maybe cases? Usually they should draw at least 1 case, so I expect one of those cards to be case of the, you know, gateway something that kills creatures. I mean, guys, that was a full rope. I don't know what's going on. Our opponent either forgot he's playing Magic, or he's just not here, and he gave up. Maybe he rage quit because of Helix, or maybe he just forgot completely he's playing Magic. And I mean, alright. Alright. Not amazing hand, we only have 2 lands, but we have very good lands and enough to cast double Helix, and I think with this, especially on the draw, we should have enough time. I might be optimistic, we'll read during our opponent turn. Put 1 counter, so this will still die probably. What are you? Alright. On each other creature. I think we have to kill this. Yeah, I think we could go Torch the Witness, but that's not good enough. I think we just need to trade card for card and try to go for Explosion potentially at the last turn. We aren't guaranteed to hit the 5th land. We will have the 4th. So this will probably grow. Alright, what are you? End of turn, sure. Alright, very interesting one. So, we could go for a sweeper if we think we can survive. I think we have 1 more turn. Like, I don't want to go for spot removal, because if I go for Helix or something and I don't draw a land, I will actually lose this game. But with this, we can sweep everything, and they don't have enough. Like, I have Sunfall, so I can discard it. That's 5 damage to everything. And when this dies, I believe they get the debuff, right? So, bottom. That means this is a random card. So, that's a lot of damage. We would miss a land. And I think we go with the Archive, because we can surveil first. I mean, this is a pretty good one. I don't think we need more sweepers, but I still take more sweepers, you know? Sunfall, go. And what is the next one? I think this one. I like the rest. That's 5 damage to everything, and a win for us. Well, this one will be interesting to talk about, because there are some card choices that you might be interested in. But first things first, this build was yoinked from Mythic because I kinda had an eye on this, and yeah, it seems to be performing even at the highest level. So if you are in Platinum or Diamond, I really think that you should be, just climbing with this one. But before we go into the card choices, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the Patreon members. You guys are absolutely awesome and you're the lifeblood of this channel. So, thank you. Thank you for caring. And yeah, about the deck and the card choices, I think the most interesting choices are those two. At least for starters, because Ral, I think, fits the deck very nicely, so it's not so odd. Make Your Move is a card that I wasn't fully convinced for, and I actually didn't showcase the deck for exactly this reason, because I had my doubts. However, this really feels like White March, and the condition of power 4 or greater. I mean, basically 1-drops have 4 power or greater. Everything has 4 power, so it's extremely easy to trigger this, even against mono black decks, you will always hit sharded, so it's kinda never a dead card. And hitting just Forge, like Urabrask Forge or something like this, or some pesky enchantment that just, lingers in the battlefield forever, seems to be a great play, especially if Farewell and March is gone. So I kinda like the card in the end, especially with Helix and No More Lights. You have such efficient early game that you usually get to this stage very easily, and you aren't, against the wall as much as usually. Torch the Witness is something I'm not fully convinced yet. It has extremely nice upside of drawing cards, so in a way, it's 0 card removal. And that's not nothing. Of course, the mana is not very efficient. You need to pay for the crew, you need to pay for X, and it's sorcery speed. And sorcery speed is the biggest reason I'm still not fully convinced. However, if you can deal excess damage, which is basically every time, unless you are extremely against the wall, you want to deal at least this 1 extra damage, or target a creature that will be, excess damaged. And getting this crew in the late game is such a big deal, especially that we don't have as much cardo, no Memory Douche, no Farsight Ritual, so we basically count on Planeswalkers and things like Ill-Timed Explosion, the counter spells that also can surveil and draw cards to get card advantage. So with Torch the Witness, it actually is very helpful, and you can just kinda linger to this mid and end game until you hit one of your big cards, and then you just go full control mode. So I kinda liked it, but sorcery, we have enough other removal to make it work, and we have so many sweepers that usually we sweep the board very quickly on turn 3 or 4, so you have more time, and I kinda like it. But I would experiment with something else. I really like, for example, Volcanic Spite as well, so I'm not 100% convinced. It's like 70% right now. So yeah, the deck is absolutely awesome. I think it should perform, and I mean, let's not make it longer. You have all the information, so tell me in the comments what you think. I really love reading them, and just thank you for being until the end. You guys are, absolutely awesome for just supporting the channel every single day. And yeah, thank you guys, and see you tomorrow.